career and your life were almost ended at Kitzbühel. It was in January 14th, 1989, 24 skier out of the gate that day, your first trip to Kitzbühel, having a good run, went a little wide and slammed into that netting, one of the worst accidents in FIS history, suffering a broken pelvis, massive internal injuries, and an infection. Now, I just want to go back a few years here. Here's how you describe the incident just a couple of years after the fact.
When I was going along the Stahlhang in the right-handed turn, that I was going to make it. And that last moment where I still see myself catching my ski up in the net, I still think I'm going to make it.
He's down! Stemmle has gone down. Brian Stemmle, who is coming back after knee surgery, has gone down.
So your pelvis is basically torn apart. You're placed in a medically induced coma. The doctors tell you you were pretty close to dying. What did they tell you exactly?
Yeah, I was. I don't remember a lot. I wasn't knocked unconscious. So when I was lying on the hill there, I'd asked our coach and the paramedics just to slide me down to the flat part of the hill, because I still felt like I was on the Stahlhang, the steep part where I fell, but I'd actually slid down to the flat part, and my pelvis was so broken inside of me that I was lying at a 45-degree angle. So it felt like I was still in the steep part of the hill, but I was actually on the flat part of the hill. And when they lifted me up underneath the helicopter, as you saw, that gave me a little relief, and it didn't hurt as badly then. I just remember seeing out of the side of the helicopter the top of the mountain where I just started in the start hut in Kitzbühel. And that was basically the last thing I remember. I remember being in the hospital and telling the doctors not to cut my suit off of me, just take it off, because we can, at the end of the year, we can sell it for $100 or something, because money was pretty scarce in those days. So I remember that for some reason. And then, I was in a drug-induced coma for 5 days. And I had 3 operations on Saturday on January 14th, 2 more on Sunday. And then my parents arrived on Monday. And when my dad asked what are chances of skiing again, they said, Brian's only got a 50-50 chance of living right now. So I had 25 blood transfusions because they couldn't get the bleeding to stop internally. And on Thursday, January 19th, my dad's birthday, they took me out of the drug-induced coma, and that's when the pain really started. It was like getting kicked in the nuts over and over and over again for 2.5 weeks. It was pretty vicious, unbearable pain. But I hung in there for some reason. And 3 other gentlemen in the intensive care with me were in rougher shape than I was. One in a car accident, one with a skull fracture. Another guy was pretty beaten up. And so I was considering myself lucky just lying in Innsbruck, Austria, around these other gentlemen who were in pretty serious shape. And I spent 2.5 months in Sunnybrook Hospital. They put me back together. And then I skied 1.5 years later at the Pan American Winter Games, and I won the gold medal there. So that was quite a comeback, even though I didn't think I didn't really care about, not that I didn't care about skiing. I didn't. All I wanted to do was have the pain go away at the beginning, and then worry about walking again and carrying on. But I slowly got stronger and made my way back, and I didn't want to give up my dream and what I love to do, and that was ski racing. And fortunately, I got a chance to do it, win the medal at the Pan Ams, and then ski another 10 years for the ski team.